Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to cover 0x4 more functions, more nested loops. So basically, this part of the video is going to cover only the tasks. I'm not going to cover the quizzes since I covered the quizzes in my previous video. So we're going direct to the tasks. On the left, I have terminal screen. On the right, I have a browser. So yeah, you can see the requirements. You needed to use Vim or V or Emacs, but for now I won't be using any of that. I'll be using VS Code, since VS Code has some kind of automation and I really want to work a little bit faster. Your code should use the BT style. We're going to consider that one. Functions like puts and printf are forbidden, not allowed. You're allowed to use putchar, so we're going to use the putchar, and it's provided in this link here. You can come download it, maybe, or copy it and create the file. So in the following example main.c files shown as example, you can use them to test your function. So you're going to be using the main.c functions to test our functions if we have done really the correct thing or not. So instead of pushing and going to the test, coming to the tester, we're just going to use the main.c provided by them. For example, here you can see 0 main.c and test our code. If it returns the same output as theirs, it will mean that we have done the correct thing. So the prototypes of the following functions putchar should be included in the header file. Don't forget to push your header file. Okay, so what do we have here? The quizzes are already done. So task 0 we have is upper, so the function that checks for uppercase character. Prototype, we are given the prototype that we're going to add in our main.header file. So it should return 1 if c is upper, and should return otherwise should return 0. So when it's lowercase, it should return 0. So for your information, provided a similar function is upper, and man is upper to learn about it. Okay, we're going to do that in a little bit. So the GitHub repository should be ALX low level programming. I hope that's where you're pushing your code to. Then we have our directory that is 0x4 more functions, which actually I have already created it. You can see it here. So in the file it should be 0 file is upper. So we'll just copy this one for the sake of doing, and so what else do we have to do here? So as you can see in my directory, I've already created my header file. So main.h that contains the prototype of putchar. I've already created the putchar function. This is just prior to me starting recording, so that I can make things a little bit easier. So what I'll use VS Code. So it's called I'll call it codium dot to specify that I want it to open in my current location. So I'll create, so let me then come touch our file. So 0 is upper. No. Okay, what am I doing? So I should come create our file. So it's called 0 is upper. Copy, then come paste. 0 is upper. So our file is already created. So just an add. And to open it, I'll just do the same codium 0 is upper. So it will be opened there. So we have to add, so putchar already created it, so just have to and basically this put char, I just copied whatever is here, and yeah, whatever is provided here. When you open it, it will bring you here. I just copied it and pasted it in a file called putchar.c, yeah, as indicated, and I added its prototype, that is this, in my main.header. Then remember to add this colon at the end. So we'll start adding the next prototypes for our tasks as we cover them. So for this, I'm going to add it here. So we are required to write this function. So whenever they pass the function in their main.header file, or whenever we pass it in our main.header file as we're going to test it, it should return 1 or 0 if, for example, here they passed c is equals to a capital A and uppercase A, so it returned, then the print, it returned 1. So when they passed a small letter a, it returned 0. And we really need to do this for all characters. For example, a to z, we don't want only to do for a itself, so we'll have to consider using a loop, so that it can loop and check whether the character provided, it's either capital letter or small letter, be it a, b, c, d, e, f, yeah. So we'll start writing our function, so to check whether it's upper character or not. So we'll have to include our main #include main dot header. So we can come include our function, our comments, the Betty way. I just like to say the Betty way, and basically come start our function here. So we're going to do, yeah, remove this one. So for the function, we're going to declare maybe an int I. So I like using ijk. So for this I'll use I, since we only did one variable, and declare one variable I. Then come use a for loop for I, which equals to, I'll use for a case capital A, and say, well, I is less or equal, so it's less or equal to a capital Z, I should increment. So I should increment. Then come open the curly brace and closing curly brace. So come say, wait a minute, what have I done here? Okay. Yeah. So if I, so if whatever we are provided, if whatever we have, so if I equals to whatever is passed here, so it will be C, whatever our argument will be, if it's a capital A or a capital B or a small k or a small n. So if I is equal to whatever is passed there, that is our C, and we open another curly brace. Remember these nested loops, so we're going to use a lot of loops inside loops, so the indentation can be much greater. At times it can go even up to maybe 5 tabs. You have to press 5 tabs, maybe or 6 times. So if I equals to C, it should return 1. We are told if I is upper, it should return 1. So anything else apart from I being upper should always return a 0. So we can end and come before us ending, getting out of the loop, come just say anything else should return a 0. And basically that is that. So we can create our test file. It's called, so basically I'll just create the test file, touch 0 main.c. so I'll just call it podium 0 main.c. yeah, come copy whatever they have here. So they have included main.header, it's running up to here, yeah, copy, then we can paste, close this, close, yeah, we cannot close our file. So we're going to compile their way using this C dashboard, yeah, and test if it returns 1 or 0. No, first we have to pass our code through Betty. I almost forgot, guys, sorry. So you can say Betty 0 is upper. Okay, so what's happening? I have a lot of please no space before the start of line, please no space in the start of line. So I guess my keyboard, so it's recognizing my, it's really recognizing my my tabs as an indent. So you can see, okay, now this is bad. Okay, I hope on your side it will be better. So for me it's just about the indentation, and I guess I've not added the comments here. So you can say our function, you can add a comment for our function which is upper. So and say it checks for upper characters or upper cases, upper case characters. Then maybe we can do something like for the argument at C. So we're going to say it checks for char, so it's just a char. Then always remember for the wait, so there for return 0, which is always which should be 0. Yeah, that's it. I guess it's because that's happening because of my indent, so I'll just have to get rid of all these indents. Now my code will just look bad I guess, but it's alright. The configurations of my VS Code, I guess they're bad. I didn't know, didn't test actually before making this video, so we'll just have to cope with it. Remove this one. No, yeah, there and there. Let's pass it again to Betty. So error 21. Adding a new line at the end of file, line 21. So why is line 21 bringing an error? C9 warning, no description for is upper. I've added a description for is upper. So what is the problem? Will be it is upper, yeah. It's upper. I have a description, and yeah, the description is upper, so it's already there. Yes, adding a line without end of adding a new line at the end of file. Oh yeah, a new line at the end of file. So I guess do it again. No description found for is upper. Wait a minute. Is it saying that way? So just copy, come and replace whatever is here. Let me see. But guys, you can see it. It's here, so I don't know what's the issue with it. How do I do that? No description found. It's upper. But why? Okay, let's move on. So basically we're going to compile our code, copy and compile. For that one error, I guess I'm gonna fix it maybe on your end, so you can clear and come actually paste. So we have an error. I can see, oh yeah. So I omitted one semicolon there, so come add our semicolon. Then again we're going to run. So it has compiled successfully, so we can see we have the 0 is upper file. So let's try to run and see what if whatever we have written is correct. So it's really awesome, guys. You can see, so we have already solved the first task. We're going to task 1 now. That was task 0. So write a function is digit, so it checks whether the write a function that checks for digit 0 through 9. Prototype, we have our prototype. We're going to add it. We know where to add it in the main.header file. Copy. So you should return 1 if C is a digit and return 0 otherwise. So when you run, we're going, when they pass here 0, so it returned 1. When they passed an A, it returned 0. So we have to do that one. Let's add first our prototype. So prototype. Okay, yes, I can just use this part. So come here at the main.header file. Yeah, come create the file. 1 is digit. Copy, then create the file. So 1 is digit.c, and we can start. So we are done with 0 is upper, so it can be closed. Main.header, so it can stay that way. So I'm really thinking of starting using maybe something like Nano or Vim, but we just continue with my VS Code, even though it has some issues. Yeah, so it's digit. We have to look to create a function that it checks if the argument provided in it, that is C, is a digit or not. So we'll start by including as always #include our main.header, main.h. So and can start our comments. I really hope it this time around it behaves. So what we're going to do is create our function. So we just copy these, omitting the semicolon, come paste it there, enter. So come open the bracket, enter, and start writing our function. So we're going to declare a variable. No, we're going to pass a variable int, which will be empty for now. Then as before, we're going to use a for loop. Then say int I, which will be equal to 0. We want to check for numbers between 0 and 9, as we told 0 through 9. So I'm going to close that. Then say if I is less or equal to 9, we're going to do an I plus plus. So going to open our curly braces. So I guess we should have an extension for just distract me, so I can check for Betty extension. We have it, extension found, so we can check for a C extension, C#, C language, C. They can do maybe a C syntax, and C. C++ syntax. Oh, but we already know our syntax, so create a config file, run comparison single multiple file. We already know the syntax, so we do not need additional plugins or extension. So we're going to use an if and say if I, as before, equals to C, whatever is passed. So come open new curly braces, then we should return 1. So if C is a number, we should return 1. Whatever is stored in C should return 1. Else, anything else should return a 0. Return a 0. So we can add our comments. So add a comment for is digit. What am I doing? Is digit. Then say checks for a digit, maybe 0 through 9. So no, actually I shouldn't have done that. Just come that way. Then add a comment for C, the argument C. Then say C is just a character, but it should be a num. I guess C should store a number. Yeah, when C is a character, it should return 0. So return can have return for the main function should be a 0. Wait, if 1 is a digit, otherwise should return 0. Yeah, should be 0 if it failed, and can be a 1 if it is a success. So we can try passing it to our disturbing Betty and then it recognize everything as a space. I guess I just have to remove, or let me wait, let me see what it says this time around. So we can do a Betty 1 as a digit and see. So actually spaces, so the errors are all about the spaces, the indent. I think I'll have to assume these errors. Parenthesis required on the return, so C20, I need a parenthesis required the return statement. So on line 20, yeah, here parentheses are required. I guess I'll have to assume these tabs. Use tabs when, you'll have to assume these ones. That's why it's advisable to use Vim due to these simple errors from Betty. So if you're using Vim, it will work better for you and fine. So my focus is, let me create the test file. So it's called main.c. So remember the other one was 0 main.c. So I can just create it from here, or from your terminal you can touch it if you really want to test. Needing trading white space. Where's the trading white space? Tutored in the folder. Oh, so wait, have I selected the folder? I didn't want a folder, I wanted a file. So where's the white space? Okay. One main.file. So you can come add the test code so that we can test our code. Okay. No, I have to copy all of it. I'm just copying this way because of time. Otherwise, you can also write your own test file. Wait, I'm supposed to paste. Oh, okay, I copied something. My bad. Okay, so copy, come here and do a paste. So let's try to compile it. And see if you're correct. Copy, come here and paste. So let me, it compiled successfully. So I can clear and maybe do an ls and try to see. So we can see it here is upper, or is digit. So if we run is digit, we expect to see this output. So is 1 digit. Wait a minute. So what's wrong? So if C is A, it should return. Okay, let me check a function. So if I equals to C, I forgot to enclose this one, I guess. So I'll recompile again this time around. Add, then run. Still, why am I doing the error? I should plus, then I have, if I equals to C, should return 1, otherwise should return a 0. So it's digit. So what is it doing? Okay, good. What's the error? So I is equals to 0. Don't mind the background noise, those are my neighbors, they're so noisy. So what am I doing wrong? It returns 1. So it should return 1 when it's a failure, or what does it say? It should return 1 if C is a digit, and 0 otherwise. And that's what I've done here. For I is equals to 0 and I is equals to 1, less than 1, I should increment. Then if C is like equals to C, it should return a 1, else it should return a 0. I can't get it. I really can't understand what is going on here. So let's try to pass something else in our code. So let me try to pass, maybe let me do the opposite and then pass here a B, and here I can pass an 8. then recompile the code and see whatever is going to return. So 8 is 1, so 8 is true. And also B, no way, shouldn't be doing that. So okay, let me stop and closing these digits. So yeah, maybe it thinks that they are characters. Guess it will run successfully though, with no errors. Yeah, so oh yeah, here I declared the variable 1 instead of I. So yeah, I was right all this time. It's just this one error. Well, yeah, my bad. Hey, compiling code is not that easy. You need good eyes. Yeah, right now you can see we get some positive like results. Let me return now to whatever it was initially, and yeah, put in full screen. Let me clear, then recompile my code and come run it, and voila, you can see we have the same output. So that is that. So we can try and do the other one. Collaboration is multiplication. So the prototype is int mul, I think it's multiplication, so int multiplication int a and the argument int b. So write a function that multiplies to integer, so that will be a and b. So that's kind of simple. So whenever we run our test file and main is initiated the function, then we call our function. Maybe we passed 98 for A and we pass 124 for B. It should return something like this. When we pass a negative integer and a positive integer, it should return their multiplication. Yeah, so we can add this to our prototype. So we can create the prototype and come create the file itself. So we are done with one, so we can come create the file. The file should be called to mul.c. enter. So to mul.c we can come call hash include our header file main.header, and we can come here, declare our function, our comments. Yeah, then come write our function. So we are told it should just do a multiplication. So basically it should return whatever it's passed as the argument. So it should return A multiplied by B. That's basically what it should return. It should return A. We cannot initialize, cannot say int A, since already A is written here. We just like pass it, we just call it A and B, and that's it, I guess. So we can come add our comments. So you can come say maybe mul. So the function mul multiplies two integers. Okay, you should do so we have the argument A which argument A will be like the first int maybe. Then we can, oh, what am I doing? Okay, so we can have like B, the argument B should be our second integer. Let me take a sip. So should have our return, which we should say should be maybe equal to A plus A times B. Remember, this is just a comment zone. Yeah, it's really important for BT. Yes, I can just remove this because of the error, indentation error, and run BT to multiply. So spaces are prohibited after the opening parentheses, that is for line 12, line 12. So adding a line without adding a new line at the end of file. So those two errors at line 12, spaces are prohibited, so we should remove that and add a new line. Forgot to add that. So I can try to run again BT, and this time around it runs perfectly since I've removed the indentation here, so my code really looks pale and boring, but okay. So we can create the main.header file for our task and do our testing ourselves. So come here, create to main.c. Yep. Enter, come paste whatever they have and try to compile. We can do a compilation. What have I done? Okay, copy. So let me put it in a full terminal window, so I can just clear, and yeah, so it has run perfectly. So you can see we have it here. So we'll just run it and see whatever. So okay, yeah, so you can see we have 103.52 and 164.65.92, the same as here. So we're good to go. So we have our third. So numbers really speak for themselves. Okay guys, I remembered another thing. So maybe you have been experiencing this a lot. So we're going to create readme. Let's touch our readme file. I forgot this for a long time. So readme.md, and basically you can just add. So close the preview, and we'll see the preview. You can just maybe add the descriptions of this. Copy, you can come here and say maybe tasks, then we can just be pasting them to avoid the error while submitting. Yeah, and copy this one, two, copy and come paste it there. New line, come copy this one. We're going now to our third. Copy and come here and do that one. So yeah, we have a long way to go. Hey, yeah, we have to number 10. So just try to tackle as many as possible. So we're on the third. function. So readme, let me come also. The number speaks for themselves. Write a function that prints the numbers from 0 to 9 followed by a new line. The prototype should be void. We can copy this. Void print number. Come copy. You can only use putchar twice in the code. Then we have our test. So what's the test doing? So they're calling print number. It prints 0 to 9. That is followed by a new line. So 0 to 9, and that's it. So we have to write that function. Come add our we can close this one and this one. Come add our prototype there, and we can also close this one. Come create our file. So it's called 3printnumber.c. So copy and actually come create it, enter. So we can basically start creating our code. So as usual, we include our header file. So main.header, so we can add our comment. No, I'm wrong. So add and add. Let's say that way. Then come. Okay, just copy something wrong. So I should copy this. Void print number. So we should print numbers. This can be done easily using a for loop. So you can just come, okay, to write whatever bit will accept. So come declare a variable I, then come say for I which equals to 0, then come say I. Oh, why do I have to write 1 every time? So I is less or equal to 9 so we can increment I plus plus. So and we're told you cannot use print f, you can only use putchar. So you can just say putchar it should return I, and after that it should print a new line. So basically it should print a new line. So we can come add our comments. So we just add our comment for the function. So print numbers, then say prints the numbers, maybe 0 to 9. So we don't have anything else, so we can just even leave it there. So we can check with Betty. Our code is called 3printnumber. Let's see. So you can see we have adding a new line at the end of file. Yeah, so why do I always forget that? So we should add a new line, then come back, pull my terminal, and so it runs perfectly. So we can create our test file. Create the test file. Yeah, copy, and basically so no, yeah, I should come here, create, so it's called 3 main.c, enter, paste whatever we have, then close the navigation pane and try to compile, see if come okay, enter. So yeah, I have a I didn't see this gun coming. So where is it? Here, I never closed with a semicolon, and here also semicolon. I really needed that. So we can call our terminal, and so I really didn't want to run a new terminal, so can close that one and remain with this one. So let's run our compilation. Yeah, this time around it has compiled successfully, and we can see it here. So the reprint number, I'll clear the screen and try to run it. So the reprint number, so we can see it has printed successfully 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. So going to our fourth, I believe in numbers and signs. So write a function that prints numbers from 0 to 9 followed by a new line. The prototype should be void print most numbers. Don't print 2 and 4. You can use only put char twice in your code. So what do we do here? So we have our test file. When our function is called, it should print 0 1 3 5 6 7 8 9. Should not print 2 and 4. So yeah, we're going to do something like a condition inside our for loop. Yeah, we're going to pass a condition. So basically it's not that hard as it seems. So what is the file supposed to be called? It's supposed to be called for print most numbers to C. You can come close these and come create the file. I know my files are growing real fast, yeah, but it's good we can see them, they're sorted. So for the third task, the second, even the 0 task, like the first task, you're programmer, so our first is 0 always. So we have our fourth file and our main.header. Talking of main.header, we should add our prototype. Come take our prototype, copy, and come add it into the main.header. V, yeah, so it's good. So we can start writing our code. So include main.header file. So you can come start declaring our function, like what are they called, comment. So so come create our function. So it's called void print most numbers. So void print most numbers, copy, come create a function, then we can come start by declaring an int I. So then our for loop for maybe I, for I which equals to 0, which equals to 0, then we can say I should be less or equal to 9, less or equal to 9. I should like increment. So yeah, we can come open our function and come past the condition I was talking about. So we can come to open the condition. So if I is not equal, so not equal to 2, and the ampersand, to ampersand for representing I, and I is not equal to 4, come open our if statement and say we should put char, should put char I, so print I. So then we should come here, print, should come here, print a new line. So come print a new line, and hopefully right now I won't forget about the semicolons anywhere. Yeah, another one. So I really hope I'm correct. So I can just try to run bt against our code. So bt for enter. So what am I missing here? Warning, additional line at the end. I feel bad. Why do I forget this all the time? So I should come add and come check again. What are they saying? Cannot understand star. I thought it was a dot line. Oh yeah. I've not added our comments. So comments, so comment for print most numbers, so we can say prints numbers, print numbers from 0 to 9 and not equal to 2 and 4. 2 and 4. Yeah, that looks nice. So you should basically return a 0. Should return 0. They would not have a return here, but should return a 0. This is not really important. I can just remove it. Yeah, so let's see what Betty has to say. Anti-Betty. Yeah, and Anti-Betty has approved it. So what's remaining is just writing our test file. Copy and where is it? So it's called for main.c, for main.c. Come paste there and try to run using GCC this compilation. So we're trying to compile. So compile the code. Okay, so what did I do? So yeah, I have okay, line 12, then yeah, I wrote print most numbers. Okay, so in line 12 character 28, so line 12, yeah, line 12. So actually what did I not do? Not add this one. So, and this makes me wonder why didn't, okay, yeah, now I see what I was doing wrong. So I can try. Yeah, it compiled successfully. So in ALS we can see here is our code, our executable, that is. So when I try to run the executable file, we see we have, okay, this now is interesting. So yeah, it really ran our file didn't print actually 2 and 4, but why is the in a new line? So I guess I passed the new line maybe in a wrong place. Let me see. So new line, yeah, so it's supposed to be here. So let's compile again, and this time around I hope everything works well. Yeah, so we have the same output as Julian got. So the next thing we're going to do is the sixth task, that is numbers constitute the only universal language. Write a function that prints 10 times the numbers from 0 to 14 followed by a new line prototype. More numbers, void. Yeah, so you should copy our prototype, and you should also keep updating your readme. And you can use put char 3 times in your code, so you can only use put char 3 times. Wow, that's interesting. So that means we'll be using a lot of nested loops. Yeah, so we should print, so you should print 0 to 14 10 times. So we should print 0 to 14 10 times whenever our function is called. So how do we approach these? Basically I should add the prototype in the main.header, close this since we are past that now. Come include it in the main.header file and create our new file for this, which is really called 5numbers.c. copy 5numbers.c, come add, and yeah, paste. I can start writing our function. Let me copy this, copy, and yeah, so we can include what am I doing? As include main.header, our so come include our, I think those are enough, just enough. So our comment, and come add our function and come start writing. So int basically here what we're going to do, we are going to declare two variables according to my view. So the first variable will be I and the second one will be j. Then they will have to iterate. This one will have to run from 1 to 10 to print this 10 times, and the other one will have to run from, will not just have to be this for 0 to 14. So basically that's what our two integers should do. So it should be int I and j, to declare two variables in the same line. So we can start our looping for, so we'll start with this one, that is j. We'll start with j for 0 to 10. It should run 10 times, then we can execute for 0 to 14. So if j, you can say, or you can also say if I, so okay, but let's say if I equals to 0, j is less than 10 actually, since it loops from 0 to 9, that will be 10 times. It's less than 10. Okay, so j should increment, and so we should come open our file, then via nested loop start another for loop inside the for loop. So this will be I which will constitute 0, then I is less or equal to 14, I should plus plus, and come open the loop and then start saying so we should pass a condition. If I is greater or equal to 10, what have I done there, is greater or equal to 10, let's open the condition. So we should print using char I divided by 10. So I divided by 10 plus 0. So you can come here and say plus 0, and you see the question. Really hope you are doing the right thing. So 10 times 10 followed by a new line. So you can only use putchar 3 times. Okay, so you can continue and say, then you should putchar putchar I modulo 10, I modulo 10 plus a 0. That's outside the for loop now, so it's outside the if condition, so but inside the for loop plus 0. And I'm forgetting all the time to, after putchar I should be adding a semicolon, then now we should utilize the last putchar we have to print our new line. So putchar should always print a new line. I hope I've done it well. So let's pass it to anti-Betty, BT5, enter. So let's see. So specified space before the opening parentheses, spaces required around. Okay, so it's just a matter of spaces. Come here, add space. So I guess here, let's see what our aunt will have to say next. So spaces required around the parentheses of line 11, 19.3, new line. Okay, so and some errors on documentation. So let's start with this. Spaces around the parentheses for line 11 and update my documentation. So since I'm feeling lazy, let me just copy this and come here, paste, then come say prints 10 times the numbers from 0 to actually 14. So I guess now Auntie Betty won't be mad with me. So let's see what Betty has to say. Yep, and Betty did actually not complain right now. So I'll create the main file. I'm feeling like this video is now becoming longer, but okay, what will I have to do? So create the main file. So it's called 5 main.c. Enter, come paste whatever we have there and try to compile it. Compilation, copy, and okay, what do we have there again? So char, okay, oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm always forgetting this. Semicolons and so line 8 treated as an error, so more number. Actually line 8, I just copied these. So we have this C compile function input header, implicit declaration of function, more numbers you see, your ones treated as errors. So and just come and see. So with more numbers, come to our main.header. So where's the problem? Or should I add an int? Let me try and see. So I really should have done that. Numbers are so what's wrong with this code? Oh, more numbers are in the function. I guess it's in line 8 in our main.c. So more numbers, they just called it more numbers, so they didn't pass anything. So should I add a void? this won't be okay since this we are calling a function. But yeah, it ran. Yeah, so yeah, I think Julian made an error. Yeah, so let's hope I'm correct by seeing the output. It is 5 more numbers, so it should run it 5 more numbers. And oops, nothing. I guess I was wrong after all. So void just means that it will be null. It will be a null function. So so on line 8 actually should it mean, so it should call main numbers, more numbers I mean, and here my function is more numbers. So where's the problem? And in our header file it's more numbers. So I don't see why. I really don't see the reason. If it wants to say this way, I also can. So in the function name, implicit declaration, what's the issue here? So the issue is with the test file. I really don't know what's wrong. So if it works on your side, you can just comment down on the comment section. Yeah, I guess I'll the shorter distance between two points is a straight line. So okay, I really don't know. This thing is bothering me. So the main function, man, this thing is a pain. So basically what I should do, let me tackle numbers. The sixth bit or the sixth task. Then guess how many are remaining. Then I'll do another video covering the remaining ones up to the advanced tasks. So but this is bothering me. I'll come with a fix for this in the next video. If it will not have worked on your side, you can watch my next video where I'll be completing the tasks. Yeah, so this will be part 1 and then we'll have part 2. So the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Write a function that draws a straight line in a terminal. Prototype given. Use the char function to print where n is the numbers of time. So the argument passed is the number of times. The character underscore should be printed. The line should end with a new line, so that's \n. If n is 0 or less, this function should only print a new line. So we can quickly jump into this, and yeah, so we can come create our file, copy, create the file. It's 6 print line. Then come add our prototype in our main.header. So copy, come to main.header, add the prototype, and so we should start writing our function. So hash include main.header, comments for Betty, come start our function. So remove this one. So what we have here, so we can declare an int I, then we can come use a for loop to print the number of times it should print the dash. So for I, which equals to 0, so if I is less than n, so whatever number will be passed by the user or by the test file, so I should increment. So what else? Yes, that's it. So you can come and okay, this is not the Betty style, so yeah, there should come and put char, whatever we're supposed to put. So that's an underscore, then you can come put char a new line whenever we provided a 0 or you're not provided with anything, so just print a new line. So yeah, you can add a new line there and write an explanation for our print line, which you can say draws a straight line in the terminal. Should always do hard things, yeah. That's the slogan in LX. So int, and yeah, I guess we can ask anti-Betty if we are correct. So Betty 6, so print line. You can come create our header file. Where's the header? Come take the header file, copy, and come create it. So 6 main.c, and can print it there. So we can try to compile and hopefully right this time around it does well. Okay, what am I missing again? Print line 0. Why is it that all these prototypes have an issue? I really don't know. What's the problem? These errors are making me like print line 0. So print line 0, line 8 in our prototype, print line 0. So 0. Yeah, but it's written well. Okay, I guess in the compilation I'll have to remove whatever. So where I'll have to remove this error and see which the same. Okay, the same error. Okay. Right. So let's see. So it never compiled. Wait, 6. So 6 never compiled. Wait, so I was running 5 instead of 6. Let's see if 5 does something. Yeah, the 5 now is working. The issue is with the compilation they are using. I've just removed the wall and it has functioned. Let me try to run the same on. Yeah, let me try to remove wall and run. Yeah, it's really working. So let's run 6 and okay, 6 lines. Okay, let me see. Yeah, 6 lines. Yeah, actually. Yeah, so you can see we have a new line printed here. It's a new line, then printed 2 as bursts, then printed 10, and then a new line. So a new line here, then our function ended well. So that's kind of well. You can see in task 7, so we have like 4 tasks remaining. So for 4 tasks, this is gonna be a long video. I'm feeling like to do the 7th task. Yeah, but this will make me keep going now that I've been able to solve the problem after some errors. I guess, yeah, let me tackle the next. I really should be doing hard things, and yeah, should be doing hard things, as we say in let's so task 7, that is the 8th task. So I'll start by copying the prototype into the main.header, paste, enter. I feel I am diagonally packed in a parallel universe. I feel like I am diagonally packed in a parallel universe. So the prototype, you can only use put char function to print, where n is the number of times. So n, the character should be printed, the diagonal should use -n, Okay, so if n is equal 0 should print dash n. So yeah, basically it should look like this. When they're told to print 0 should print a new line, told to print 2 should print 2. When you're told to print 10 you should do it 10 times, and when told to print -4 it should print just a new line, I guess. Yeah, and should return a 0. Let's write our function. So what should the function look like? So 7 diagnosing C. So yeah, come create the file, call it 7, enter. So we can start writing it. So include no main.header, and so for comments you can just do it real quick. So you can come declare a function, copy, and yeah, so you come open, enter. So here we're going to, as the same as the other one, as this one, we're going to declare two variables, since we are going to print diagonally. So we have to have like two variables, and these will use this time. We can use a j and k, for example, or an I and j. So I'll just do an int j and k. Just so if maybe n, that's what is passed here. If n is less or equal to 0, what should we do? We should put char a new line. So our first condition is already satisfied. So we are told if n is 0, the function should print a new line. So we've already satisfied this condition. So we can like move on to the next. So and say else now here we're going to use the nested loops for, maybe we can start with k or a j, that is whichever way you like. So if j equals to 1, j is less or equal to n, j should increment. Then you can come right for the second variable, that is k. If k equals to 1, and k actually is less than j, j should increment. So here now we come open for this function and print. Should come since here we're just printing, yeah, we're just printing a blank line. We want to print a blank line, so we can just say should print just a space. Okay. Now we're going to print the real deal here. So now here you're going to print char. We are supposed to use the backslash. So since one backslash is for escape, so we're going to escape twice, so it will definitely print the second backslash. So should print the backslash in a new line. So you shouldn't concatenate in front of the other, but should print each one in a new line. You should print spaces. For example, if it's 10, you should print /, then the second time is print a space and /, then the third time, if it's past 10 times, so you should print space, like here you can see. So it starts with the backslash, then it goes with one space and backslash, 2 spaces, 3 spaces. It prints something like this. So that's the reason of this space, and it should be printed in a new line. So let me add the new line. For the new line, and have a quotation, no, semicolon, and semicolon. We can go page down and add that. So here we can come and maybe copy this, and say draws a diagonal line on the terminal, and then you can come and say at n, so whatever it's passed, so it's just an integer, it should be passed an integer, or you can say an integer. It doesn't really mean nothing. So you can try to run through, we can try to run anti-BT. So 7, okay, 2 spaces after the in line 10, yeah, I should have space, trailing white space. Where's the trailing white space? I don't think so. Let me try to run again. In line 5 and 10, there is the space is prohibited before that. So in line 5 there's a, so in line 5 there's a trailing white space. What's the white space? I can't really see the white space. What's happening here? Yeah, so we can have, let's see, yeah, it ran perfectly. So it's time to create the main function. Copy, so shall create it here. So 7 main, let's see, paste whatever we have and try to compile. code. Enter it, run successfully. So you can try to run it. So 7. Okay. So what's wrong? Oh yeah. Okay. Nice. So I didn't see this one. So you should run according to the way Julian ran it with a cut E. Okay, that's the problem. Like there is an infinite loop. Let me see it. Let me look at the code. I'm really like exhausted right now, so I really feel like so we have the space, should chart the space, and after printing the space it should, yeah, I guess. So where's the error coming from? Let me see, or is in the compilation. So what does it be printing? Let's try to see. Nothing. So this is a long one. So you can see I've got it for 2 hours 21 minutes. This is a long one, a really long video. So I really can't find the issue with the code. So if and so we should put char else you have the first for loop, the second for loop. Yeah, it should actually be running perfectly. So less than, so if I, that is, if k is less than, not 1, so k is 1, k, that is, should be less than I, less than j. Hey, this is a long one. So k is less than j, j plus plus, so I think should be k plus plus. Yeah, so hopefully I've fixed it. Let me see. So yeah, nice, real nice. So this is how our code should look. Let me just open it one more time and have it. Since I'm now closing, I'll probably be doing the next part of the videos, or the next part of the task, including the advanced tasks in the next video. So you can check for the next video, that is a part 2 of the advanced tasks. Yeah, so the advanced tasks, there are 2, I guess, 100 prime factor, and we have 1 print number dot c. So basically I'll be bringing that in part 2. Now I'm really exhausted. I have to take a rest and some coffee. Yeah, then you continue doing hard things. So thank you guys, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.